Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, thank you for the $20. Oh shit, Erica, thank you. Hey, Jessica, thank you for the $50. Thank you so fucking much. Hey, Erica, thank you for the fucking $10. I mean, my god damn. Y'all are on tonight. Hey, Jessica, thank you for the $100. I mean, you outdid yourself tonight. I can't. I mean, I can't. Y'all gotta stop sending me money. I mean, it's something else.
Jealous much?
What? Jealous? They're sending me money, bro. How am I jealous? What are
You
you
didn't
talking?
get anything. You're just jealous, and you're mad that I'm
What?
getting money.
What are you
Why
talking?
are you
I'm
so
getting money
jealous, bro?
constantly. I'm getting money off your
Thank you for the
live.
hanging lights. No, you're not.
No, as long as I stick. Oh, Sarah, thank you for the fucking $40. Oh
You
my
didn't get anything.
gosh. What are you talking? I just got
You're
$40.
making up donations because you're jealous, bro. I know that you've got imaginary friends because no one wants to be around you, especially women, specific because no one women would go around you at all.
Melissa, thank you for the $20. You go, girl. You go. You go.
He's
Thank
making
you.
up all of these imaginary women because
I
no
am not
woman would
making up
go
any of
anywhere
these.
around
These are
him.
all real donations. Do
Fake
not.
donations, imaginary.
Okay, whatever you say,
Do you want
bro.
to actually do you want to actually debate me? Because it sounds like you're just jealous and angry.
Erica, thank you
You
so
see how
much
he,
for the
you see
five
how
dollars.
he won't even engage.
Erica, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Y'all are really man. I'm happy tonight. I just made more money in what 20 seconds than how much do you make all night?
I haven't made anything.
I know. I know, man. I know it's tough out here, but look, your friends just sent you
Michelle,
a
thank you so much for
galaxy.
the galaxy. Thank you very much, Michelle.
There you go. Michelle just sent you one.
Thank you for the hat and mustache. Thank you, Hybrid.
Tiffany, thank you for the $20. Thank
Dude,
you.
this guy's so
Thank
mad
you.
that instead of actually
Thank
debating me, he just
you,
comes up to my live
Tiffany.
to do this. Candles,
Tiffany,
thank you for the corgi.
Tiffany,
Omega, thank you so much
Tiffany.
for the $5. Thank you very much. From Erica, thank you very much. Thank you for that mustache as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, just real, do you want to actually debate me, or do you just want to come up on my platform and crash out and melt down because people have been sending me donations?
Oh yeah, nobody's crashing out. I'm just collecting money from your live. Yeah,
Give me
you
the
can kick
sheep.
me whenever you want, but yeah, I'm making.
I could just mute you and then just have you sit up here and listen the whole time because all you're going to do is come up here and do this. Then I won't debate you. And I'll just have you sit up here and you can listen to people actually send me money. Like Maria, thank you so much for the hand hearts. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for Maria in the comment section right now. Thank you very much. Michael, thank you so much for the gem gun. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give some W's for Michael in the comment section right now. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate it. Thank you. Gidget, thank you so much. I really appreciate the I love TikTok live. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for them in the comment section as well. Michelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate the hand arts. Thank you very much. Melinda, thank you so much for the sheep. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I bet you're enjoying that. I bet you're enjoying that from the sidelines. And we'll bring up another person while you do that. While you crash out. Tracy, thank you so much for the hand heart. Thank you. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 19.
Do you support
Tiffany,
Trump?
thank you for $20.
I do.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Probably Trump.
Push the sheep. And what's your birth year?
August 14th,
For the
2006.
$20.
2006, August. Okay. And do you have a little bit of feedback? Is there a way you can fix that real quick?
Fix what?
You have feedback. You have a little bit of feedback.
So I support Trump because of his immigration policies.
Hey, did you hear me?
Also, like,
You have a little bit of feedback, sir.
Melissa.
I don't follow.
Feedback, like I can hear myself.
Melissa,
yeah, I
thank
hear
you.
what I mean.
Luby, thank you so much for the super live star. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Melissa,
And
thank you
Jamie,
for
thank you so much. I really
$20.
appreciate the $20. Thank you very much, Jamie. I really appreciate it. Oh my God, he's pretending to be you, Parker. I'm dying laughing. Yeah, I know. He's trying his
Jamie,
hardest.
thank you for
Candace, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as M, thank you for the gamer cat. Thank you very much. Dude, he's still crashing out. It's actually hilarious.
What's that guy's problem?
I don't know. You still have your feedback, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on to the next person. I apologize. Let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates.
Hey,
Jay
thank you
Clark,
for
thank you so much. I
$10.
appreciate the galaxy.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Jay Clark. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I don't even remember going into your room when I heard it tonight.
Okay. Janny, thank you so much. I appreciate the
Melissa.
glowing jellyfish. Thank you very
Melissa.
much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Monovan, thank you for the $14. Thank you very much on PayPal. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, actually, can you thank all the donors? Just real?
Hey, I want to thank all the donors.
Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed here on the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen.
$100?
Hey, Just Real, thank you so much for being a good boy. Thank you so much for being a good boy, by the way. I appreciate it. Mama K, thank you so much for the hand hearts. Thank you very
My
much.
mom played that last night too. Yeah.
That was so cringe. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, you put him to sleep. What the hell, Just Real? Thank you for the money gun. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, John. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen.
Just
Yo,
real.
what's up? How old are you?
Life, fucking cringe. I'm 49.
And do you support Trump?
You know, I do, and I'm having an existential crisis in regards to that because a lot of the people that I know here in New York are, left leaning, and I'm a centrist, I would say, but the thing with Israel as a Jewish guy, like, it's messing with me a little bit, having a lot of trouble processing it, and I wanted to kind of see wanted to kind of jostle with you back and forth about it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, what would be the reason why you still support Donald Trump? Is it
He wants to
because of
jostle with you
his
back
support
and
for Israel?
forth.
More of
He wants to jostle with
as a Jew. Like, I mean, if my opinion of our government is that it's completely crooked. I mean, I think that there's, you know, I- the yeah. So I mean, like, I don't have, but I do have this issue with Israel and Iran now, and I just don't know.
buddy.
I'm having an issue of landing where I can to be fair, but there's a lot of anti-Semitism going around, so I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah, I think the right answer is that we should stop supporting the state of Israel constantly engaging in forever wars. By the way, you have a bit of feedback, just letting you know. So I'm gonna mute you real quick, just letting you know while I speak, and then you just unmute yourself whenever you're done. So yeah, I think that we should stand is against anti-Semitism, and also against the state of Israel's actions because they've constantly engaged us in foreign wars, not for the benefit of the average American, but for their own interests. And I think it's preferable specifically to instead argue that we shouldn't be supporting them and that we should be focusing on all of that money here on home, on like education, access to things, and people for people in need, and that can also be used to help support people specifically who are Jewish and protect them from anti-Jewish hate. Right? I think that's incredibly important here domestically. So combating anti-Semitism is something that you can do while simultaneously criticizing the actions of the Israeli government.
Yeah, like so that's like a really fair point of view. This is where I have a problem with is the media. There's literally whole channels and outlets and influencers that are dedicated to propaganda, and it starts to be confusing because they're very convincing. Okay, white phosphorus, Hezbollah, but they're really citizens. You hear that coming out of like Rachel Maddow's voice, and you're thinking, okay, that sounds legitimate. And then you listen to someone else who makes an argument that no, that's not happening. That's propaganda. And yeah, they're building in Gaza, but they're building so they can keep an eye out.
I mean, they
Iran
were
was the
using
one
white
funding.
phosphorus gas. That's a fact. Also, they have been starving civilians. That's a fact as well.
Yeah.
Like they purposefully prevented aid from going in, food from going into Gaza. So,
Right.
like, I mean, like they're actively engaging in war crimes. They also
Right.
almost completely destroyed the entirety of Gaza, right? Like, if you're trying to go after Hamas, there'd be more targeted strikes. Like, it doesn't look like, based on all the videos that we've seen of Gaza, that they were engaging in targeted strikes. It seems like they were targeting civilian infrastructure to destroy it, to make worse off conditions, to then cause Palestinians to leave the area. Like that's obviously what it seems like, and to me that's ethnic cleansing. So they're murdering Gazan civilians with the express purpose of ethnically cleansing them from the area. To me, that meets under the criteria of genocidal intent because they're clearly trying to expel the Palestinian people from this particular area of land.
Right, which they've been wanting to do for a long time, and a two-state solution was something that I really felt pretty strongly about. Which, of course, if you're Israeli pro completely, that's not something that's on the table. And I've seen a lot of division come up, in the Jewish community. And of course, you have such low information people here, and low information people in the States that they think Zionists are Jews, and everyone in Israel is a Jew, and that's not true.
Yeah. Zionism is not the same as being Jewish. I think that's actually a huge issue when people think that anti-Zionism is the same thing as anti-Semitism. Like, I think that's a very big problem. So I think that there needs to be a distinction, obviously, for everyone, because not every single person who's Jewish is Zionist. And not every Zionist is Jewish, right? Actually, most Zionists are not Jewish.
Right, exactly. And tell that to a guy on the street who's like 19 and angry and parroting his dad, which is like, unfortunately, I watch, You're Alive and Dean when I'm on TikTok, and I noticed that you have a very slim amount of people that are MAGA that are either they're articulate, but they're so young. They were like 14 when Trump got elected the first time, and of course they have a voice, but it's like, really, dude? Like, obviously you're, regurgitating what you hear in your house. Like, it's not like an opinion that I feel is form. It's something that they formed from a life experience.
Yeah, so actually, one thing I have to say for you, it's that's not specific just to age. That's true across all the different spectrums of age. It might be disproportionately true for younger people, but it's also true for people who are older. And I don't think that people who are older are like not subject to this problem at all. So I do think that like this is going to be a problem that exists across the board, and I don't think it can just be explained by age. And I also do think that we're going to see that prevalent when I'm debating people. I mean, the same thing would be true if you debate people who are liberal. Like if you typically debate like the average person who's liberal, they're not going to have the same sort of ability to debate as I am, right? Because of how much I just typically engage with this more compared to the average liberal. So obviously, right, this is specifically meant to get people involved in politics more, get people to look things up, reduce the level of misinformation, and it's an active way to get every single individual involved in that process in a more direct manner that's more hands-on, that can be easier for people to learn in specific contexts comparative to other ways of people learning.
Yeah, no, totally, and you're right. I should have probably prefaced it by saying that I think it does definitely span across the whole spectrum. I mean, it's a lot of younger people because they're on TikTok all day. But yeah, I've heard some older guys do it too. And I got to say, like, my issue with Kamala and Trump was, Kamala, for a lot of reasons, I just did not like when she ran on her own. I felt cheated, honestly, when they nominated her, though it did revitalize the party. And I probably should have banned, this time around, like I had no, I don't know. I knew what was going to happen, and I thought maybe it was going to be so bad that we could, kind of burn it down and build it back up again. But I see now that, these politicians just have no fucking backbone, man. And they're just grifting and they're stealing. And I mean, it's definitely more all Republican, pretty much. But
I see no benefit in burning down aspects that would be easier to build up if we just kept them in the first place. Like, what's easier? You disagree with how the bathroom is structured. Are you going to completely bulldoze the whole house and start from scratch? Or are you just going to renovate that bathroom?
Right, cut off thy nose. Yeah, totally. Like,
yeah, like you want to renovate the bathroom. You don't want to bulldoze the whole house. So I do think that you're getting rid of fundamental structures that you're going to have to build back anyway, right? Things that you don't have to go after if you want to burn down the whole system. So what do you want to do? You want to reform the system to make it better? Who does that to a greater extent? Well, obviously the Democrats do. Obviously Harris did, comparative to Trump. And I'm not saying Democrats are perfect. I'm not saying Harris is perfect, but I am saying that she's preferable to Trump and that we'd be in a better condition if she were in office compared to Trump being in office. For example, the Federal Reserve report came out recently saying that inflation would be below pre-pandemic levels if Donald Trump never imposed tariffs in the first place, which would have happened if Harris were in office. We wouldn't have gone to war with Iran, which would have happened if Harris were in office, which also would have led to us not having higher gas prices, right? So basically every metric of the economy is worse off since Trump got in office because of Trump. So it seems like we'd be in a better condition if Harris were in office. So why don't you support Harris instead?
Well, so, my feeling was that I don't, honestly, like, I feel like I've probably made a grave error. And at this point, like, I'm trying to fight my battles and kind of get in where I fit in, like the Israel thing. And of course, Iran and our troops going over there and our gas being higher and, kind of looking at candidates in the midterms to see which ones are going to, concentrate on obviously assisting to get out of this conflict and more importantly, bringing resources back here. I mean, I think they're spending $1 billion a day or somewhere around that amount.
$2 billion.
They've exhausted 2 years of Tomahawk missiles. I mean, fucking Pete Hegseth, like, I don't support the cabinet, like Steve Miller, like Joseph Goebbels, like totally reborn. I really don't like appreciate what they've done to what I think now is a Republican Party that, quite frankly, I don't think it might disappear forever. That's how dark the path is. I don't see one. I just don't, And for that reason, like I'm a little bit sad and I don't know. It's tough.
Okay.
To find
So I guess my question would then be is, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for, or would you choose not to vote?
I would definitely vote. If I had to vote today, based on everything, like growing up in New York City, sorry, I'll answer this question, I promise, in 2 seconds. Growing up in New York City, I always knew what Trump was. Unfortunately, most of the country and like the 29% of people that are fanatics and, complete cult members, they think of Trump as the apprentice, which is not Trump. And for that reason, if I had to vote today, it would be for Kamala. And I'd say that because she was my least favorite candidate by far. I do not like prosecutors. I think there's a special place in hell for them. Our judicial system is completely broken. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with you on that, but from the Clinton crime bill, to both bipartisan warehousing of human beings, mostly marginalized communities. And that's what Harris did. I know she did some good as a DA. I looked into it pretty deeply. But she also put young guys in prison for fucking football numbers. I mean, under the jail. Like,
so I wouldn't blame all prosecutors or say that all prosecutors are going to hell, because I disagree with how the criminal justice system has led to the marginalization of people. Often I think the problem comes from not just like from the justice system, but also from the over-policing of these particular areas. So people going into these areas in the first place tend to be of marginalized communities because of the policing aspect of it as well. So there are both things that fundamentally go into this, but it's also not demonstrating of every single person who's a prosecutor or every single person who's a lawyer. You can do good work within the system, even though the overall system has historically, and still to this day, does lead to the marginalization of people. The goal is to cause these systems to reduce the level of marginalization over time. That's what we want to happen. We don't want that marginalization, but we still want the fundamental things that these sort of programs create in the very first place. Like, we do need prosecution of people within our society. That's a fundamental requirement. We need it. But how can we fundamentally engage with that sort of need while also simultaneously reducing negative impacts on individuals that don't deserve to be there in the first place? How can we reduce the likelihood that innocent people are held accountable for things that they didn't do, or stop holding people accountable for things they shouldn't be held accountable for, right? And start holding people accountable for things they should be held accountable for. And I think starting with that means holding people like Donald Trump accountable for the things that they've done. Right? Like, he's been held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He's been convicted of 34 felonies. He's bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where two 18-year-olds came out and said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms. He was credibly accused by a minor in the Epstein files. They got a settlement with the Epstein estate. And we need to hold people like this accountable. He actively, from the position of presidency, doesn't hold people accountable. He tried to prevent the release of the Epstein files. So it seems like to me now, we both agree on this, that Harris is the better option. Obviously, Harris isn't perfect by any means, but is a better option comparative to Trump. And I also would say that I think that there are other options within the Democratic Party that are preferable from an ideological standpoint comparative to Harris. But I also do acknowledge that Harris was rightfully put into that position because when the president steps down, the vice president steps up, especially after the primary happened, and we voted for the Biden-Harris ticket. So of course the vice president's going to step up when the president steps down. Plus, no one decided to run against her, and 80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee. So I just wanted to clarify those things as a baseline, right, before we end the conversation. But I do appreciate you having this conversation with me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Peace out.
Peace out. Alrighty. Hey, Just Real, you're still there? Are you still mad that I'm making money? Or did they leave? They just got mad and left. But they're still here. They just like left their phone.